Om Shanti. A very warm welcome to everyone and to this fourth session of the Asia Pacific Bhatti called so beautifully Only One. So firstly, we would like to welcome Murli Bai to give us a brief update on how much more we have made the world light up with the extra efforts in order to stay connected to only one. Thank you, Murli Bai.
Okay. Good afternoon, Om Shanti. Good afternoon, everyone. Can hear? Clear? Cannot hear? Okay, can hear. Okay, good. So today I will share with you again on our progress of this only one. So this is Baba's portal. So you can see the portal. And in this portal, it will have the accumulation of all the yoga, accurate yoga of remembrance of Baba. So as for today, as you can see, the world is glowing very, very brightly. Okay, because the reason is up to today, we have accumulated 1,612 hours and 19 minutes. Okay, so again, a reminder for those who are accurately connected to Baba, you can contribute your minutes here by just clicking how many minutes and submit. You can do it at any time, or you can accumulate and then you can put it. And for those who don't have any facilities to access this, you can write somewhere and pass it to your center. So the centers will assist you to put in the contribution. So this is our gift to the world. Okay. So as you can see, the world is shining brighter. I think by end of this coming week, it will be even more bright. Okay. So thank you very much. Om Shanti.
And thank you to everyone. 1,600 hours is a huge amount, and it is shining more brightly. So thank you, Murli Bai. So aside from the portal, which is so wonderful to see, it's also good to hold in our efforts. So how much has this Bhatti brought me closer to Baba? So keep this one in your intellect as well, as to how much has this Bhatti brought me closer to Baba, and have I paid attention to keep my remembrance unadulterated? So keep checking, have I paid attention to keep my remembrance unadulterated? So 2 additional points to just keep us really focused. So today's sharing, we are very, very fortunate on our theme of Only One is a little bit different to our past Sundays. Didi is not going to be able to be with us today, but instead we're very happy to have with us 2 very special brothers, whom I think you all know who they might be. They happen to be Brother Charlie and Brother Ken. And they will be the ones taking us into a dialogue on how to experience unadulterated remembrance. And just to let you know that Ken has just arrived into Australia. And so together they are sharing from 5 Dock in Sydney, which is quite special in itself. So for today's Bhatti, Charlie and Ken, can you please take us into a deep exploration of unadulterated remembrance? And if you can share something around the themes of what is life like when I have the support of only one? So what is life like when I have the support of only one? And what supports this unadulterated remembrance, what supports this unadulterated remembrance, and what sustains the experience. What sustains the experience. So welcome. Lovely to have you both here with us, Charlie and Ken.
Om Shanti, we can't hear anything actually. Sister Christine, can you please inform Brother Charlie and Brother Ken that we can't hear anything?
Charlie and Ken, we cannot hear anything. Charlie, can you hear me?
Which has been natural for you.
Charlie, can you hear me? Oh, I can hear him now.
I realized that Baba was what he was, and since the early days I practically, when I got to Australia, I was on my own, and then I felt that I needed support. So the only real connection that I had with anything was with Baba, because the nearest centre was like maybe Singapore or somewhere. So it seemed very natural to cling on to Baba because of what he is and what he can do. And I guess the recognition of the knowledge was what made sense for me, that I needed to understand these things in this way. So I needed to borrow Baba's vision in a way and start to see the things the way that he describes them. So definitely in the beginning it was very natural to gravitate towards Baba. I can't say that it's been 100% perfect, otherwise I'd be karmatit. But always Baba's there every single day. The more he just reminds me of where I should be and how I should be every single day from the beginning. So even if I strayed a little bit away, always every day I'd be back and just sitting humbly in front of Baba and soaking up his wisdom. So let's soak up Baba's wisdom for a few moments. Just a silent recognition of what Baba means for us. And what about you, Charlie?
I think that we all come with a different set of sanskaras, and I think my nature, I'm quite a people person. I love people, and that was always my life. And to be frank, I think I was amazed just how quickly I sort of sat under Baba's umbrella, if I can say that. Because I think my weakness was to be influenced, quite easily influenced by others. But I really felt this incredible, I think, gift from Baba, that the more I seemed to move into his world, his universe, I felt I went beyond. It was like a natural detachment. The more I sort of lost myself in that love, that belonging, that connection, I felt less and less influenced by everyone and everything around me. And for me, I think the most powerful point of spiritual knowledge is to have all relationships with one. To me, that's the power that takes the soul. It's the fuel that takes the soul into that higher stage. So as Ken so beautifully took us, let's just reflect and move into those feelings. And we're speaking, but let's just create the feeling of being lost in love of one. And in a few moments after silence, I'm just going to ask Ken to speak a few thoughts of how he connects with one, how he engages with Baba, how he really has this deep, loving union in a meditative way. So Ken, do you want to lead us into that experience?
Yeah. First of all, I know that Baba exists as he is, who he is. So meditation is not really to create an image of Baba, but to actually see Baba and to feel Baba. Just as the flowers are on this table, we don't have to create them, produce them. We just can see them. So in looking at Baba as he is and recognizing his value, how many lives, he's the one that I was always looking for. So just I can jump into Baba's presence, or I can just invoke Baba's presence immediately because he's so familiar. And so let's all do that. Just Baba's there, he's shining out all of his virtues and powers, and he's the one that I always would come back to, even in the path of devotion. And so I've just come back to him. I don't have to create him in my mind. I can just see him and feel that incredible power and love, especially those two things. Just see and feel Baba's power and love. Not thinking too much. Meditation is more about feeling than thinking. So let's feel the connection and the relationship. And if there's one relationship that stands out for you, Charlie, what is it and why?
Let me sit just in the love of one. And the relationship that really touches me is the beloved, Baba, the ocean of divine love, pure love, unadulterated love, true love. And to remember one, let me sit with a plain intellect. Just observe your intellect. Let go analyzing, processing, trying to understand. And let me sit in front of the beloved with no agenda, completely ready to receive. And allow the subtle thread of my intellect to touch Shiv Baba. It stays with Baba because of love. It's not pulled here and there. Just feel yourself absorbed in one. And observe how this love becomes natural power, spiritual power.
As I'm sitting in front of Baba, completely attracted to the extent that there's nothing else is pulling me. What happens is, and I can feel it, anything that is carried over from the past, which is not elevated, just Baba's presence neutralizes that. And that's how he purifies me. I have the qualities, but I don't have the power and purity that Baba has. But his presence makes anything that's left over irrelevant. There's no power to pull me. So just feel Baba's powerful, purifying presence. Just feel it. I don't have anywhere else to go. This is it. This is my destination. In front of God, just neutralizing the impact of half a cycle of seeking. Just feel it. Don't think so much, just feel it.
In this sweet feeling that Ken has taken us into. Let me feel the depth of the bond with one. Just feel that this is the one relationship that's permanent. I'm not sitting and believing the subtle thread of my intellect is absorbed in Baba, who's the ocean of divine feelings. I'm just experiencing one. And even though we're all sitting in different corners of this region, the power of our collective love for one is creating such a vibration. The power to help me move forward at this time is to have all relationships with one. My heart with one in the most natural way. When I love one deeply, I remember naturally. And the more I remember naturally, I transform naturally. The main instruction from the one who's the ocean of knowledge, who's beyond all influence, who never becomes tainted, is to remember one. So Ken, how do you feel your remembrance, your relationship with one has influenced you?
I think, I feel that it's added an incredible dimension to life, in that I know that as I come closer with Baba's help to my original state, I'm actually pulling everything and everyone towards that. That's the power of remembrance of one. It's bringing us, it's like attracting everything and everyone to the original state. So that just adds such a dimension to the meditation, and also the fact that this repeats eternally. It's another huge dimension. So this great meditation happens eternally. And we have the privilege to help Baba to bring everything back to its original state. It's not just for me, it's for everything.
So I'm really feeling a powerful atmosphere. I hope everyone is feeling drawn into that atmosphere as Ken was describing. And now we would love to invite our very dear and elder brothers of the region, Brother Jim from Auckland, Brother Frank from Bali, and Brother Jyoti from Malaysia, to join us to give drishti to the entire family of the region. Thank you.
my mind on you. It's all I want to do. I give this life to you. I surrender to you. Nirmala Baba, Madhya Jiva.
Thank you so much to our 5 Pandavas. Very, very beautiful. And especially thank you to Charlie and Ken. It was very lovely to have such a natural, experiential chit-chat and dialogue as you did. And so many lovely things, which I'm sure others were touched by as well, that you shared, especially Ken, you kept sharing about this aspect of feeling and how not to think, and how don't think so much, but just feel in meditation, to feel Baba's love and powerful, purifying presence, as you said, and it's the presence that makes everything else become irrelevant. And then Charlie also mentioned about having all relationships, and especially the one today about the beloved, and how to sit with a plain intellect and be ready to receive and let my intellect be touched by Shiv Baba. So many beautiful things, and the experiential aspect is especially very lovely. Thank you all so much. Thank you, brothers, to Jim and Jyoti Bai, as well as Frank. Thank you so much for also being part of this. And thank you everyone for joining the Bhatti. And let's continue over this next week to go deeper and deeper into only one. And we'll see you again the same time next week, next Sunday. Om Shanti.